How do I tell the story of my mother gone crazy, lasting living in the woods outside of Branson, Missouri? I try to write it down, I cannot recollect the order of the situations, what came to pass and what happened next. So I kick it back to 12 when I was a smaller kid, with some pigtails and some candy and a box of bunny rabbits, living in a shitty surfing shack in Del Mar, California, dumpstering boxes from Circle K so I could build a fort.
This is an interesting one, Torrey Pines by transgender director Clyde Peterson. This is what the director himself defined as a queer punk coming-of-age tale, and it's about the time when he was 12 and not a boy yet, but puberty was right around the corner, and that caused him some displeasing discoveries about himself. Now, the story itself is about his journey with his crazy mother suffering from schizophrenia, the kind of "I believe in conspiracies." That's the kind of schizophrenia I'm talking about. And he went into a journey across the USA, from California to Texas to Washington. This film, interestingly enough, was sponsored entirely by Patreon. This is the first time I see a Patreon-funded film at a film festival, so that's a new experience for me. It is also a entirely low-budget cut-out animation. It has a charm to it and definitely conveys the chosen tone that the film is going for. The film has no real dialogues to speak of. Every time any human character speaks, it's usually gibberish. Most of the sound effects and music is also delivered a cappella, with some editing here and there. The idea, of course, seems to be to emulate the thought process of a 12-year-old child and how he, or in this case she, perceives the world around her. Either that, or it is a memory of childhood filtered by the adult mind as one reminisces said memories. In any case, it's an interesting, fascinating, and overall well-executed presentation. Although, I have to say, this film is only 60 minutes long, but it struggles to get to the 60-minute mark. There is a lot of plodding and padding in an attempt to fill in the runtime. There is a moment in which we have a really long, protracted sight scenery from the point of view of a moving car. And it's not especially interesting to look at because, like I said, this is all cut-out animation and a really basic-looking, aesthetically basic-looking cut-out animation, which, again, I am not knocking it down. It's merely an observation. It is clearly a explicitly wanted style for this film, which, as I mentioned before already, gives it the appropriate tone for it. I liked it overall. I could have used it to be slightly shorter, but it's nice to see a film about not just transgenderism, but about discovering one's own gender as puberty kicks in. Again, I am surprised to see a film funded by Patreons at a film festival, but it's definitely a promising venture. I would love to see more works from this particular director. We could all use a bit more perspective in our cinematic diet, or artistic diet in general. So yes, Torrey Pines. Now, I am about at the end of my journey here at the FFF. All that's left is to announce the winners and a film that's happening at the same time that they would announce the winners. So I have to decide if I want to hear who won and miss a film, or watch this film and then learn later on who won, but not being part of the ceremony as it happens. You'll know soon enough what I've chosen. See you later.